Good morning. How are you doing? Let's start our lesson. And today we're going to talk about the power of breathing. Okay? So let's start. Read the sentence and choose the correct word. Here in the fourth sentence, we have the verb and the noun. Okay? So you are going to choose what is the correct one to complete each sentence. Okay? So let's check. First one. Take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Letter B. Breathe in and breathe out quickly and count your breaths. Try to hold your breath for as long as possible. Breathing slowly and focus closely on the physical sensations you feel. For example, your stomach or chest getting bigger, shoulders relaxing. Okay. Teacher, is this a yoga lesson? No. This is a lesson to compare words that are very similar. Okay. And we have here the verb breathe, okay, and the noun breath. And so what we're gonna do, every time we see breath, like without the E in the end, we're talking about the noun, respiração. But when we are talking about the verb respirar, we need the E in the end. A gente precisa do E no final. É esse E que a gente vai usar para entender a diferença de pronúncia. So, breath, sem o E, breathe, com o E. Okay? Good. So, let's continue. Say if you do any of these exercises and give some details. For example, in my case, teacher Natalie, I try to hold my breath for as long as possible, and then I breathe out and relax my shoulders. This is a way to control anxiety. Do you do any of these exercises or anything similar? Look at the situations and imagine what first reaction you or other people usually have. Say if you think breathing exercises could help you in the situation. So you receive an email from your boss telling you to redo a task completely, like from the scratch. You are late for work and you see there's traffic jam on your way. You need to check some information online, but the internet is slow and the page doesn't load. How do you react to these situations? Read the sentence now and decide if they are true or false. Let's see. It's a device to inhale, that is, breathe in, through your nose. It's true. A device, it means that it's a device. It's not an obligation. Remember this. Letter B. When you take a breath, it's better if the air goes to your chest than to your stomach. It's false. It's better if the air goes to your stomach. It's okay to exhale, breathe out through either your nose or mouth. Yes, that's true. It's believed that a healthy person is able to hold their breath for more than 30 seconds. It's also true. And breathing exercises aren't an effective way to reduce stress. It's false, right? Clear. So do you follow these tips when you breathe? And is it easy to follow them? Were you ever taught to breathe correctly, like paying attention to? Why do you think it's better to breathe in through your nose and for the air to go to your stomach? Yeah. So now let's look at this box and see how you think it might work. Tell me. Now, you are going to watch a video to 1 minute 23 and check your ideas.
There are times when we all experience feelings of stress or anxiety. In these moments, you can use your breath to help calm those feelings. Box breathing is a simple relaxation technique that can help you reset your breath and return to its normal rhythm. You can do it anywhere, anytime. Box breathing can help reduce stress and improve mood. It can also help with controlling and managing emotions. It's very easy to learn. Imagine breathing around a box. Inhale as you visualize going up one side of the box, gradually filling your lungs with air. When you reach the top, hold your breath for 1 to 5 seconds as you picture going across the top of the box. Exhale gradually as you imagine traveling down the other side of the box. Pause again for 1 to 5 seconds as you go along the bottom of the box. Then repeat. This can be done 7 to 10 times in a row, focusing on the breath. If you can do it sitting down with your feet grounded, that will help too. But really, it can be done anywhere.
Good. So how would you explain how the box breathing works? So the video says that we need to imagine ourselves breathing around the box, right? So you inhale and imagine it going up the box. At the top, you hold your breath for a few seconds while you're going across the top of the box. Then you exhale as you travel down. You pause your breath when going along the bottom of the box. And it says that we can repeat this to 7 to 10 times, right? Okay. So now I want to guide. It can be someone who lives with you, or you can guide just your model, your computer, but just I want to practice speaking, for example. Inhale, going up. Now, hold your breath for a few seconds. Then, exhale as you travel down and pause. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to give instructions, okay? Do you think techniques like box breathing are more effective in reducing stress than simply taking a deep breath? Why or why not? Do you believe that breathing exercises can have such a positive effect on the body? Do you think they are as important as other healthy habits? For example, getting enough sleep, doing physical exercise, eating a balanced diet? Have you used any tools or apps to help you with breathing exercise? If so, do you think they are helpful? How can a person dealing with stress motivate themselves to practice breathing exercises regularly? If you know this tip, let me know. Okay. All right. Now, you are going to choose the correct phrase to complete the sentence. Okay? So pause your video now and do it. And let's check. One thing that best releases stress and makes me happier is asking someone for a hug. Letter B, when I want to take a moment to relax during the working day, I play with my cat for 5 minutes. Letter C, when I don't want to get nervous, I prefer to stay calm and confident before important events. I practice a box breathing technique. To avoid getting stressed, I try to pay attention to what causes me to have negative thoughts and write these things down in my journal. To learn to notice how I feel and be able to respond to those feelings, I practice meditation. When I experience worry or even feel anxious, I always remember to breathe correctly. Good. So now, look at the sentence again and discuss whether you think some of the underlined tips are effective. If and say if you ever try it then, and if they worked for you. Then think of your own ideas to replace the underlined tips. So for example, asking someone for a hug. I think that sometimes work, but it's not the same thing for everybody. So one thing that best releases stress and makes me happier is having a cup of coffee. Okay, so you are going to say if you agree with the tip that is underlined, and after that, you are going to replace this by something yours, something that you do. Okay, so when I want to take a moment to relax during the workday, I read a book. When I don't want to get nervous and prefer to stay calm and confident before important events, I take a shower. So you are gonna say the things that you do, okay? Now, look at the relaxation ideas and come up with one advantage and one disadvantage of each. Give details to use the phrases in bold in in exercise 8. So, for example, chair yoga. Advantage, it can help you stay calm and release stress. Disadvantage, some people might feel anxious doing such exercise in the office where there are people. Then we have the tips below. Self-massage. Massaging your neck or shoulders using your hands or a special tool, for example, a ball. Puppy room. A room full of puppies that you can play with. Aromatherapy. Burning scented candles and sticks. Raid room. A room filled with objects that you can break. This is nice. These sounds really releasing stresses. I wish I could try. So you are going to say one advantage and other disadvantage. Okay? Good. I hope this lesson helps you a little bit to stay calm, and especially to know how to defer the pronunciation of breath and breathe. All right? Have a good day, and if you have any question, just let me know.